Hey, what's up, everybody? Justin here. I know I've talked about my eco flows before and, investing in solar energy lately. Yesterday and up until this morning, until, past 8:30 or so, it was raining. It's a little cloudy now, but, we got some sun over here. It's now 2:21. And ever since it stopped raining, I took out my foldable solar panel and I charged my EcoFlow River 2 Pro and up to nearly 100%. And right now, I'm charging my Delta 3. It's now, with the sun right there, it's not directly on the panel. I'll put this in a few minutes or so. So it's charged up to 96%. I took this out around around 10:30 a.m. It was about, let's say, 74%. It's nearly 100%. And in case you needed some information, this is an EcoFlow Delta 3. There is a Delta 3 Plus. So the Plus version, I use the regular version. So what makes the Plus version is, even though it's still the same kind of unit, like this is like up to, let's say, give or take a 1500 watt inverter with like a 2000 or 2500 surge. Even though both of them have it, even though they're both the same size, what makes the EcoFlow, this is the regular Delta 3, as I said before. So the regular Delta 3 just has one solar charging import, while the River 3, that's not the River 3, the Delta 3, the Delta 3 Plus has two imports, both 500 watts, 11 to 60 watts. Yeah, some of these names, they're even harder than Super Saiyan names. So it has this regular unit itself is about 1,024 watt hours, while this additional battery is about gives an extra 1,024 hours. So altogether, I have 2,048 watt hours at a full charge. So that's the equivalent to, let's say, getting a Delta 2 Max, which I do own, but I keep in my office at work, or the recent Delta 3 Max as well. Yeah, I'm gonna be confused with these names because, even professionals have trouble with these sometimes. So yes, full disclosure, I'm not being sponsored by EcoFlow, just giving an introduction. And so this is the one I use for Japan. I bought this off Amazon for about 55,000 yen, and I got this at Big Camera in Kawasaki for an extra 55,000 yen, give or take. But of course, if you get like the all-in-one, the price is pretty much the same. But yes, so as you can see here, you just push the power button. And if you want to use the USB ports, you have to turn on the USB button here. Or if you want to use the AC outlets, you push the buttons right here. So as you can see here, I have 6 outlets, 3 that are 2-prong, 3 that are 3-prong. And depending on which country you're from, the EcoFlow Delta 3, it is available in pretty much lots of regions. And usually, in most instances, from other reviews I've seen from people who live in Europe or Australia, they will have the appropriate outlets for their respective units for their regions, which is pretty cool. But in some instances, you may have to get a converter to, let's say, if you live in, let's say, maybe Australia or Europe, and if you're using this kind of unit, you may have to get a converter to use, your respective plugs for this unit. But and of course, as I've shown previously, I have a regular River 2, but I keep that as work as well. But I have a River 2 Pro that I keep here at home, and this will be the subject of today's video. So that's pretty much once without the extra battery, that's about 1,024 watts. While with this River 2, it's a little less. Yeah, this is heavier than it looks sometimes. I'm not as strong as I used to be. So this is about 768 watt hours. It's a 40 amp hours with a 19.2 volt battery. And so its continuous rating, it's the 1050 watts is the that's the surge out. That's the surge. Okay, so continuous is about 800 watts. So, this is pretty much like, hey, if this is more appropriate for, let's say, camping or, emergencies or van living or whatever, this might be the unit for you, or maybe that one. So yes, there are bigger units you can use, like the Delta 3 Pro or the regular Delta Pro. And of course, there's like the full home backup, like the Ultra Pro X, and so on. But of course, I'm just limited to using my room, my office right here. So these two units, they're enough. But of course, there are other alternative, brands like Bluetti, Jackery. Those product. I live in Japan, in case you need a reminder. So mostly what you can get on Amazon or at retail are EcoFlow, Jackery, and Bluetti, and Anchor Solar. But of course, in the U.S., I'm aware of other brands, especially the more budget-friendly ones, such as Opez and Pecron. Pecron, I think, is recently available in Japan, but Opez, they're not available in Japan as of yet. I mean, I think they barely are, but I think you can only get them online. They don't really have, they're not available at Japanese retailers like Yodobashi Camera or Big Camera. So at those stores, you can get EcoFlow, Jackery, Anchor Solix, and Bluetti. So yes, in some places, like Don Quixote, they sell them too. Like take, for example, some stores will sell them at different prices compared to Amazon and other retailers and so on. So yes, yeah, usually you can, especially Good Friday or Prime Day sales, you can get some of these units for a pretty good price, or maybe at Walmart or at Costco for those of you living, let's say, in the U.S. But of course, Don Quixote, they do sell them at good prices. And maybe depending on locations, so could other retailers such as Yodobashi Camera or Big Camera. But in my case, usually these are about, let's say, anywhere between 40 to 45,000 yen just for this unit alone. But on Amazon, I got this with this 220 watt panel for about, let's say, 70,000 yen. And I also got my Delta 2 Max, an extra battery, and another 220 watt panel for, let's say, 170,000 yen. Usually, just the Delta 2 Max and the extra battery, that would be like 200,000 yen, and the 220 watt panel could be like 40,000 yen. So I pretty much got that like for 50% off, but I keep that solar panel and that unit in my office. But maybe during the off season at work, I'll bring it back home. And of course, as I showed in the previous video, I do have rigid panels, which I use on the ground, but that area that I use the ground, it gets shaded really quickly. But here, the sun is always pretty good here. And around this time, it's almost 3 o'clock. The sun kind of like, sets behind those trees. And usually around 3 o'clock, I take this panel down and pretty much take this unit inside as well. And the reason why I kind of use this setup, especially with a foldable solar panel, even though they're more expensive than, rigid panels, as you can see with this setup, it's much safer to use this foldable solar panel. I can easily set it here, and with these legs, clamp legs, I can easily hook them here to this bar, and I can also, use these hook cords here, just to hook them here so they don't fall down or get blown away. And I can keep it at a pretty reasonable angle towards the sun, and I can get good charging. Yeah, even though this is charging at 59 watts now, but during peak sun hours, even though it says 220 watt solar panel, in many instances, the solar panels will never get, let's say, their full wattage. That's usually under full testing conditions. But during certain seasons, they can and do get the proper wattage or go over. And yeah, so usually around this time, during peak sun hours on a full sunny day, the most I can get is up to, let's say, 185 watts. And that's really good for, let's say, charging this station and, my River 2 Pro and my regular River and whatnot. So, yeah. But of course, with those two rigid panels I showed before, they're both 315 watt, 40.7, volts. So I had to hook those in parallel to, give it a good charge, because the voltage, the max voltage, input voltage for the the EcoFlow Delta 3, it's 60 watts. So if I panel them together in series, where I connect the positive and negative together, that would go over voltage, and you know, that could, you know, probably ruin your solar charge controller or the unit itself. So yes, that's enough review. So you know, I kind of want to talk about why I'm doing this video with this introduction, you know, now that we got that out of the way. Okay, so pretty much, you know, whenever I use my power stations, I just use them, let's say, charge my electric blankets during the winter time. You know, also to use with my TV, my you know, my regular PS3, and you know, my TV, my MacBook, and charge my iPhone, my iPad, and so on. And yeah, that's pretty much what I use it for. And of course, with LED lights, just to keep my lights on. And since then, usually if, like, I remember back in November, I was using up to, let's say, 200 kilowatts alone in this room from the wall power. While last month, I reduced that up to, let's say, 15 kilowatts, you know, for my wall power in this room. And most of that was mostly used to, let's say, charge my power stations, because like some days they were rainy, some days they were snowy. And if I couldn't use solar, then at least I can, you know, charge them with my wall power. But now it's less rainy now, and, you know, sunny day today, and I charge these no problem. So yes, what's the point of this video? I just kind of wanted to show, like, hey, you know, so here I have is a regular Retofreak console. Yes, I've done this before as well. And of course, if you want to, let's say, play other retro games, let's just say Sega Genesis Mega Drive, Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, regular Famicom games. But because Nintendo cartridges and Famicom cartridges have different numbers of pins, you have to get a converter for the regular NES cartridges, which I don't have at the moment. And of course, you can play PC Engine games, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and so on. So yeah, so I'm not being sponsored by the people Cyber Gadget as well. So this is actually the main console. So you know, just hook it up right in here to these two USB ports inside. So yes, with the main console in here, you can pretty much play off the cartridges, or you can like download the cartridges into, you can put in a micro SD here. And I've done a video about this before, but I think for those of you who can't find the video, or you know, want a full review, I'll give it right now. So you can put like an SD card in here, and then, like, you know, let's say load whatever game you want into this SD card, and then, you know, without this heavy thing, I still got this, and I can, you know, play whatever game I have loaded into this SD card into this console. So what I really want to test out today is, hey, can I play this off, let's say, a USB drive, or, you know, maybe off a 12-volt socket or whatnot. So yes, I'm going to be playing it off this River 2 Pro here. So generally, of course, you have, let's say, the AC plug here for you to play with. And the barrel in the other port is just this small port right here. So I could just plug it in, you know, to the socket, and then just put into a socket right here. But yes, I could do that, but I kind of want to show you something. Okay, so of course, I just power it on. It's at 99%, and I'm at, let's say, 99 hours. But of course, in order to, let's say, use, or 52 hours now. Okay, so of course, if I want to, let's say, use these outlets, I got to turn on the inverter, push this button. Okay, so it's on, but look. Wait. Okay, the inverter's now on, sorry. Okay, there's something you got to see. 5, 4. Okay, so as you can see, it went from 99 hours to 74 hours. So just using the inverter alone, let's now 70 hours. Now that pretty much consumes power in itself. So I kind of want to avoid that. And of course, in order to avoid that, you can, let's just say, use the USB ports here, or maybe use some of, let's say, the, DC ports here. So is there anything that I can actually connect from, my Retofreak to this barrel port right here? As it turns out, there is something that you can use, or theoretically, because I haven't tried it yet. Okay, so here is this USB cable I have that you can use with a PSP. And as it turns out, you can fit this particular port into this socket. So it actually, a PSP charging USB cord can actually fit into this Retofreak's receiver right here. And I want to see, hey, can you actually, charge this through USB? So, of course, as I said before, we could be using these ports right here. So, but as I said before, but as I showed, just turning it on, consumes more power. And of course, just turning it on through the AC will consume a few more power, the idle consumption. So I just want to try to make sure this is as efficient as possible. And yes, of course, I have my other TV, but, for now, I just want to concentrate on, let's say, how much power does the Retofreak alone consume through the USB ports. So as you can see here we have these meters here. Of course, we have 99 hours, 99%. So this is the input, just in case I was charging by solar. It might say something, but I already showed that with my, Delta 3, that it was charging through solar. And then when you're consuming power, those show you how much, power you're outputting. Of course, with the exception of, let's say, just the idle consumption, which it won't show. But of course, having this turned on does consume power in its own, but it won't display that. But usually, let's say, for example, I'm charging my iPhone. If I'm near full charge, it could be anywhere between 7 watts. But if it's if I'm charging, let's say, less than 20, it'll consume, give or take, 20 watts. And yeah, let's just see how much wattage, let's just see if it turns on and how much watts this could consume if it does power through USB. Okay, so at the moment we've been waiting for, so I have it hooked. So I could hook up my TV to this, but I just want to focus on just the Retofreak, just see how much power this can consume, or if it turns on at all. So I'm now going to turn this on. Okay, oh, we have light. Oh, I hear a signal. Wait. Oh, it looks like yes. So we can actually power a Retofreak with, a power station. And, using just USB by itself. You could just use regular USB. Okay, so it's outputting just like 2 watts. Wow, it's consuming less. It's like charging your iPhone or your iPad, actually takes a bit more. Oh, now it's down to 0. So, yeah, wow. This actually doesn't really consume that much energy. So yeah, you could probably just, play it on a regular outlet, USB, and it wouldn't really take that much energy at all. But of course, in theory, for let's say the next 99 hours, I could have this turned on. Or you can just play it on, say, a regular EcoFlow 2, and that would work as well. Okay, so let's find a game to play. Okay, let's go to the Famicom. And let's start with a classic. Okay, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. So everything is based off the original Famicom cartridges. And if you want to know about the stickers around this TV, my daughter put she's gonna turn 7 in a few weeks, but when she was 2 or 3, she put all these stickers up there. All right, let's see how this does. and I'm still outputting 2 watts. This is awesome. I'm still charging my Delta 3. It's almost charged, but you know, I'm just gonna focus on powering the River 2 for now. Let's see how I do against Glass Joe. I haven't played this game in like maybe 2 or 3 years. Still got the touch. Ooh, got him there. Okay, he's blocking me. Yeah, he telegraphs that hook. Dodge that jab. And I got a TKO. He didn't let a single hit on me. Okay, so that's it for Punch Out. That's it for my, you know, what was it? Display of, let's say, a Famicom game. Let's try Mega Drive. Oh, we got plenty of games here as well. El Viento, I remember this on Nick Arcade. Forgotten Worlds, Ghostbusters, Power Rangers, Rainy Hero, World Coverage Terminator. Alright, let's keep looking. Streets of Rage 2. Alright, let's try Streets of Rage 2. Oh, looks like I have a save game here. Ah, he sucker punched me. Of course, the sound isn't the same as, like, you know, an actual Genesis cartridge. Yeah, and I'm still using 2 watts. Money! Alright, Kung Fu Master here. Hakuyo. That was easy. And he sucker kicked me. Him with a crowbar. No, it's a pipe, sorry. Come out, wherever you are. Alright, Apple. Muay Thai need that bitch. And if I were to use this TV, usually it takes about, let's say, give or take, less than 150 watts. But I'm considering getting a 12-volt TV for the future, and you know, have that 12-volt TV upstairs. I mean, not upstairs, up in the loft of this room. You know, in case I really need some alone time and watch some porn. No, I just play this, you know, play the Retofreak instead. And once I get past this stage or so, let's just see where this takes me next. I'm trying a Super Famicom game. Suplex belly to belly him. Like how Ken Shamrock and Rick Steiner used to. They also got PC Engine. Yeah, the screen quality is also pretty good here. Yeah, this is an Orion TV. I got this like 10 years ago. No, 5 years ago from a guy I used to work with on weekends. Oh, damn, he punched me. I don't know how I activated that. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm going to try another game on another console. Okay, let's try PC Engine. So I only got a few small number. Buddy Buddy Densetsu, Batman, City Hunter, Digital Champ, Jackie Chan, Vigilante. Let's try this Jackie Chan game. Looks like that one Master Roshi, that one master from Saint Seiya. Is this my first time playing this game? Well, I like the music here. Oh. Yeah, it's really straightforward. Oh, the front, okay. Why am I fighting these midgets things? Midget Viet Cong soldiers or something. Let's see what the wattage on this one is. Okay, still using 2 watts, still at 99%. Okay, this game is pretty much a standard platformer. Oh, the crouching attack works. Oh, good, that was easy. Remember there used to be a Jackie Chan game on the, what's it called? The PlayStation, Jackie Chan Stunt Master. That was a pretty cool game itself. But it was kind of hard. I guess you can't attack these frogs. Maybe they're your friends. Crouching Tiger. Chaozu? What? That's it? Okay. Now let's try a Super Famicom game. I got the Japanese and English versions of Chrono Trigger. I got some DBZ games, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy. I think this is like the American Final Fantasy 3, maybe. Final Fights, Final Fight Guy. Power Rangers. Star Fox, Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Mario RPG, Super Punch Out. Okay, let's try one of my favorites, Turtles in Time. Still using 2 watts. This is nice. Alice plays Leo. Yeah, this is the Japanese version. As you could just see. It's like, hey, Shredder, why are you doing this? Give us back the Statue of Liberty. You metalhead. I'm just going to play this game for a bit and, be going to a Game Boy game or Game Boy Advance game. Man, I have like lots of memories playing this game with my brothers and, our friends. Yeah, if you were to tell me what my top 10 or top 5 Super Nintendo games would be, this is definitely on my top 3, along with Final Fantasy VI, and Chrono Trigger. Well, I barely dodged that one. Oh, that was fun. Oh shit. Ninja starred me. Just like, you know, how they got Butters in that one episode of South Park. There's Crane. When his body's up to the gigantic size. Can't get me, Buster. Yeah, this kind of does remind me of the stage that, you know, I just played with Streets of Rage 2. Pizza! I think we all love pizza because of Ninja Turtles, not because it's good. Oh, damn. He's whipping me good with that. Yeah, this is really meant to be multiplayer. Man, I miss my brothers right now. Back in Arizona. It's like, prepare turtles. Can't get me, Baxter. Oh, that thing. The hand. Oh shit, he got me. Oh no, you don't. It's about to explode. It's like, I got beat by turtles, I don't know. Okay, now let's try another console. Okay, now I'm down to 0 watts. Wow. All right, let's look at Game Boy Advance. Let's look at the regular Game Boy first. Oh, I got Sailor Moon R, Marmalade Boy, Pokemon Blue and Red, Silver and Yellow, Silver. Like, I don't know, yeah, do I have the other one? Super Mario Land, Super Mario Land 2, Ranma, Ninja Turtles, The Punisher. Okay, so this is pretty much, you know, my list of, you know, Game Boy games. So let's try The Punisher. Let me resize this for a second. All right, Fool. All right, Super Fool. That's it. The ultimate payback. The guilty must be punished. The innocent must be protected. The drug lords destroy innocent lives. They must be punished. They must be paid back in full. So I can't do John Bernthal. Mission 1, the mall. Spider-Man! Punisher, there's trouble at the mall. Drug gangs are terrorizing. Oh, God. Spider-Man actually asking the Punisher for help. Oh, yeah, I remember, you know, the upcoming Spider-Man movie. Oh, this is a first-person shooter kind of thing. Alright. So this is like the NES game, I think. I think my brother has it. Alright, you can get more bullets. Yeah, this is kind of an appropriate approach to Punisher. Wait, do I have the Genesis game too? I gotta check later. Oh, I'm getting shot at. Okay, the bottom left is my life bar. Alright, health kit. Yeah, I remember there used the Punisher game, arcade game. I know there's one at Gigo Arcade in Akihabara, the Sangokan. Alright, I got shot again. 2 more lives. Yeah, it's pretty much an on-rails shooter. Yeah, I think my brother might have the original Nintendo game, but unfortunately, as I said before, you can't exactly directly play Nintendo cartridges off this console because the Famicom and the Nintendo cartridges use different number of pins in their cartridges. Oh my god, I'm almost dead that quickly. There's innocent bystander. Yeah, I think I haven't shot a civilian yet. Ooh, grenades. Food! And it turns out I get another health kit. And the music's not that bad. And I'm dead. That was quick. It's like you don't even know if you get hit or not. Like with modern games these days, you kind of know things. Oh, great! As the angry video gamer would say, it's LJN. Okay, so let me look if I have the Game Boy Advance games first. Okay, I got F-Zero, Famicom Mini, the original Zelda game, Final Fantasies 1 and 2, Final Fantasy 4, 5, Hajime no Ippo, Mario Kart, Mario Advance. I could have sworn I had more, but, you know, maybe I'll check later. Okay, I'll do the Hajime no Ippo game. Okay, I gotta, like, configure the controllers to this. Controllers. I'll see if this works. Alright, same company that did the PS2 games, or published them. Okay, story mode. It's just gloves. Oh, the graphics are nice. Oh, shit, he countered me. Okay, just B is to jab. I'm trying to figure out the controls here. I got him. So I just hold left and push B, and it just throws hooks. And I got a knockdown. Oh man, he got me. He's on a barrage. Alright, he somehow broke through my guard. Alright, my jabs are getting through at least. Alright, 10-8 round for me so far. Okay, so recovery from damage, a special gauge up, you know, limited number of downs. Okay, damage, the damage meter is now down. Alright, I got the hooks in. Oh, you're not going down, bitch. All right, still 2 watts, 99%, 99 hours. Ooh, got another knockdown. One more to TKO. All right, red means I can. Oh man, he's going on a barrage. All right. Okay. So, of course, you can. There's the option of, let's say, getting Game Gear games, and also Mega Drive games and Sega Mark III. Not Mega Drive. What was it, Master System? But you need a special converter for that you put in the Genesis or Mega Drive cartridge slot. But I don't have that right now, and I don't own any of those cartridges of those games. But maybe I will in the future. Okay, so going back to the Punisher. Do I have the Punisher game for Mega Drive or Genesis? Oh, good. This is alphabetical order. LMNOP. Shit, I don't. I'm gonna have to ask my brothers if they have a copy back home. So next time I visit, I can download it onto this. Okay, let's go back to Famicom for a second. Kunio-kun, Kunio the Dodgeball, Popeye. Yeah, I got a lot of Famicom and Super Famicom games here. Okay, let's go back to a classic with the original Super Mario Brothers. Let's reset this game. Reset. Just listen to the old tunes. Oh yeah, how can you not miss that? And who can remember the first time they played, they actually hit that Goomba? Yeah, the screen quality is good, and and it's running fine. Still 2 watts. Yeah, the sun's over there now, so I don't think my Delta 3 is charging anymore. Oh, 5,000 points. Oh, the fireworks. Hell yeah. Going down. So it's yeah, you can even play this on a regular Delta 2 or maybe on a 100 watt-hour battery. And you could probably play this for more than a day on this, just on those powers alone, because this particular Retofreak console, it doesn't even use that much power. I'm not sure how it would with a regular AC, but you could, as some of you may know, this is not just unique to just the U.S., but in a lot of other countries, electricity is going up, mostly because of, let's say, AI is partially to blame or wholly to blame because just generating those AI images and those AI videos, even though they take seconds, within those seconds you're consuming God knows how many kilowatts, and lots of people are using it, and oh yeah, I remember this. Instant warp. Now I'm up to warp 3, and I'm halfway through. So yeah, it's because of fucking AI and whatnot, electricity is going up, and I think now's a good time to, let's say, invest in alternative energy, and I think solar using EcoFlow, or if you prefer, let's say, a Blue Eddy, or a what's it called, or a Pecron or a Jackery, those are good alternative systems, but EcoFlow for me is the cheapest to get here in Japan. But I know that Opez and Pecron, they are cheaper in the US. But I know that Pecron is now available online. I'll look into getting a Pecron. Oh, fuck, I missed that. Next one, I'm fucked. Oh, no. Whoa. Yeah. I can't talk in game at the same time. 100 points. Okay, so anyway, so yes, electricity rates are going up. Not just in the U.S. and Japan, but most around the world. AI is to blame, but of course, there are alternatives to energy. Lots of people are investing in solar now more than ever. Some are just using it for their whole house, or using it in small packages, like with power stations, like the EcoFlow River 2 Pro or the EcoFlow Delta 3 or any other EcoFlows. And I think that's a good start. If you're looking to, let's say, invest in other energies, just to experiment, start as a hobby. For some people it's a hobby. For some people, it's a lifestyle, and and for some people it's both. And you actually have to do power stations. Some people argue, let's say, doing a DIY is cheaper and more, not just more efficient, but like more productive. Like take for example, your solar charge controller gets fried on this. You have to send it to EcoFlow or whatever company you're working with, and they'll fix it for you under warranty. But for the DIY, you could just easily replace it. Some people argue pricing. It's cheaper to go DIY, which can be the case here and there. But usually you can find these, cheaper for, let's say, during certain sales. And these things are getting cheaper. But of course, when you take into account the DIY, you also have to take into account, let's say, the wiring. You got to find the right gauge of wires. That can cost more money. Getting the tools can cost money. And of course, if let's say you want to put, let's say, in a plastic container box or in a hand cart, that can cost more money as well. So it kind of depends on, what your budget is, and when you want to consider, let's say, hey, you want to use DIY or go with a full, all-in-one power station. But usually, it kind of depends on your situation. And solar panels, do you want to use rigid panels or do you want to use foldable panels? As you can see here, as I've shown in my previous videos before, I do have, rigid panels, but the ground that I use, it gets shaded rather quickly. It only gets like full sun, let's say 1 or 2 hours a day, while just using, this balcony right here. For most of the day, at least between, let's say, 9:30 to, let's say, 2:30 around this time of the year, I do get pretty good sun. And even though this is 220 watts composed to, let's say, the 630 watts that I use on the ground, just to charge, let's say, my Delta 3, I still get more charging time using this compared to that one. So usually, you just got to consider your situation, especially if, let's say, living in an apartment as opposed to a house. If you have, let's say, a good balcony, like what I just showed you, I think a foldable solar panel, even though they're more expensive, is, a pretty good choice. Or if you have a, maybe your HOAs or whatever won't allow you to use, like, roof solar panels, so you either got to ground mount them. That can work as well. So especially if a ground that's exposed to, let's say, full sun, most of the day and whatnot. Okay, so let me see what else I got. Battletoads and Double Dragon, Captain America and the Avengers, Cast of Illusion, Dragon Ball Z, Buu Retsuden. I was surprised to learn this game was made for the, I don't want to play this right now. Running Hero, Cop. Okay, let's play, we just play Super Mario Brothers. Why don't we just play Sonic? Oh yes, the classic Sega call. I the sound sounds pretty good. Yeah, you can see in the top and the bottom, there's like these blue borders. Never really meant for these kinds of screens. Oh shit, I got... Gotcha. I don't want to get hit by those robotic piranhas again. Whee! Yeah, I know, what was it? The pop group Dream, they actually have their own, you know, vocal version to this song. Yeah, like one of the guys, I forgot his name, was the composer to this. Okay, now I'm using 3 watts. No, now I'm down to 2. Now, that's... Okay, we'll just say I'm using 2.5. Still 99 hours, still 99%. And I've been playing for, let's say, almost 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes now. Okay, let's get this to an hour and see how much energy I use, you know, just playing this within an hour. Whew. Oh shit, it happened again. Oh, what do I got here? Oh! Oh, damn. I can't believe that happened. Even with the invisibility mode on. Oh yeah, you can't do the spin dash. Well, you can't, eventually he will do the roll into a ball, but it wasn't introduced Sonic 2 that they did the spin dash. But I know with the Sega Saturn Sonic Collection, they had to redo Sonic 1 from scratch because they lost the source code from it. Yeah, if you play, you know, Panzer Dragoon 2 fans, yeah, that's a pretty much a, oh, fuck, again! Oh, thankfully I got that continue thing. Oh man, I can't believe I'm fucking up on Sonic. Yeah, he automatically does a dash right here. So yeah, I remember with the Sega Saturn Sonic version, where that came with Sonic Jam, he can do the spin dash to it. And because it used a different source code than, let's say, you know, Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, that was the reason why Sonic and Knuckles... Oh, fuck! Alright. That was the reason why Sonic 3 wasn't compatible with Sonic and Knuckles. But correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, let's try another Super Famicom game. Super Street Fighter 2. Let's try this. Super Battle. I'm Ryu, going to USA. And I'm already fighting Ken, wow. Oh yeah, oh man, I'm not good at using, I'm using the Retofreak controller, which is more like, you know, the Super Nintendo. Oh god, I lost instantly already. It's like, yeah, I'm more used to playing with a Saturn controller or an arcade controller. I'm not good at playing fighting games with like a PlayStation or a Super Famicom controller. I'm gonna stop talking so I can focus. All right. He's kicking my ass. 1. Jamaica to DJ. Who should have stayed at Microsoft, man? I'm punking him on the ground. Oh shit, he got me good there. Payback's a bitch, huh? Still 99 hours, 99%, 2 watts. I can't believe it takes more watts to charge my iPhone or my iPad than to turn this on. Yeah, next time I'm gonna play this along with my TV. You know, hooked up to this. I'm getting the hang of playing on this controller. Dalsine from India. And for some reason he was a scientist in the Van Damme movie. Alright, he dodged that. I'll give him that. And he followed up with that kick. I can't get the Hadouken to work. Fuck. Fucking Hadouken work. There. Yeah, got you, bitch. Oh, you gotta love these stages. Oh, it's kind of hard to do that. Oh no. There you go. Alright, just gotta get it. Oh, can't. I'm trying to fire the Hadouken. No, I just fired one. can get a Tatsumaki Senpai Kyaku going. Alright, got me that drop kick. Alright. Gonna go to a did I play a Mega Drive game earlier? No, I played Sonic. So let's look at a I already played a Super Famicom. Alright, let's look at a PC Engine game. Batman. Yeah, if you don't know what the PC Engine is, it was the TurboGrafx 16 in the US. And for those of you who are Zennials, Gen X, or Millennials, you know, it was pretty much the predominantly featured on Nick Arcade. Yeah, this game can be really expensive these days. Alright, that was easy. Oh, the enemies can respawn. Shit. This is some pretty intense music. So it's like one of those maze games or something. Or you just collect items and you move on. Okay. Yeah, it's not exactly the Arkham games, but... Ooh. Blew off all the enemies off screen. And they respawn. Okay, it's not a stealth game either. Okay, find one more of the item in the bottom left. Okay. Okay. Okay, you hit him. Oh, they rush at you. Shit. Oh, they rush at you when they see you. Wait a minute. Alright, so you just go through a maze, collect items. That's what the game is. It's kind of simple, but not easy. Okay, this song sounds like something you would hear from, what's it called? The NES games. Okay, they rush at the blue ones rush at you. Okay, this one knocked me. Gotham City, stage 5. So you just go around, pick up items, and then you move on. Yeah, not as exciting as Arkham, but still. Relatively simple. Ah, shit, he got me. Okay, game over in that one. Okay, got 10 minutes left, just want to test this for like an hour to see, how much energy this consumes within an hour. What's the Game Boy games? Kirby. Pokemon. Nothing really that time consuming. I used to do Kirby's Dream Land, the debut of Kirby. Alright, so it automatically colors. Which is pretty cool. Like the Game Boy Color or Super Game Boy would. I didn't really play the Game Boy game that much. I originally grew up on the original NES release. Come on, give me the bomb. Can you consume enemy abilities yet? No, you can't. Maybe that was introduced in later games. Or maybe it's with different enemies later. Alright. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I played the original Kirby game. Like some of these games, I bought myself, some they're my brothers, or some like we've had since our childhoods. It's like I need to get the NES converter and the Mega Master System and Mark III converters. Oh, there we go. Oh shit, I got hit. Okay, well, let me try a Game Boy Advance game, and I got 5 minutes left to the hour I started playing. Mario Kart, Final Fantasy, Falcon Densetsu. I was just do Mario Kart Advance. Oh, Super Mario Advance. No, sorry. Why did I do that? Mario Kart Advance. No cartridges inserted. Okay, so I don't know what happened there. It says it was powered up, but let me see if there's a problem. Let me try another game. Super Mario Advance. Okay, it's playing fine with this one. Super Mario 2 or Mario Brothers. Okay, I'll just do Mario Brothers. Oh yes, this classic one. Oh shit, I think I got that wrong. It's been a while since I played this old Mario thing. Even the old NES or Atari versions. All right. Ah. Oh shit. Oh shit. Got him. Oh, nice. Oh shit. Oh, not again that instant. Okay, so pretty much I'm now 59 minutes and 19 seconds into this video. Ever since, I started doing this, ever since I started powering this. So I pretty much played this console for almost an hour, and just want to show you where we're at. So still we're powering at 2 watts, still at 99%, still at 99 hours. And keep in mind, this is a 768 watt hour, let's say, power station. So yeah, 768 divided by 2, you kind of get the idea of, if this continuously runs at 2 watts, then hey, you can pretty much play this nonstop for days. But of course, if you take into account more peripherals, such as, let's say, a TV, that could be, let's say, 150 watts, that'll consume more energy. But of course, the purpose of this video was to say, hey, can I play this Retofreak on a USB or a DC kind of situation, and as opposed to using the AC plug. So yeah, I'm using, let's say, less power just by having the AC off, not using the AC, and just playing on a PSP cord, USB. It's like, hey, I can power this no problem. I can play this, let's say, an hour nonstop and still have plenty of power to play for days. So even with, say, smaller power stations, let's just say, you have like a 100 watt hour battery or whatever, man, you can like still play that for days on a 100 watt hour battery, which I do have, and maybe, I'll play that on a 100 watt hour battery a little later. But yeah, so, if you have a Retofreak or you have something that can play DC or USB, try and power it and see how that goes. And I know that sometimes some guys, they'll play certain games for like a certain amount of hours for charity as they stream. One idea I'd probably suggest, like, hey, get yourself a power station, whatever watt hours you want, DIY, EcoFlow, Jackery, Bluetti, whatever fits your taste. Try and see if you can power this DC, ideally, but if you got to do AC, I get that. Try and see, like, hey, solar, don't just, power AC, solar charge that thing to 100%, and, see how long, you can play a video game console, just on solar power. And I think that'd be a pretty cool idea for a charity stream. So other than that, that's it for this video. And yeah, you can easily get these things on Amazon, the official websites, your local retailers like Walmart, if you're in the US, or Costco, or if you're in Japan, Yodobashi Camera, Big Camera, those places work as well. So yeah, if you want to game and save money on electricity, then yeah, this is probably the way to go. Whatever power station you want to use, DIY, whatever. So yeah, that's it for today.